What's going on? It's Boy 972 back here. Um, I just wanted to share a quick COVID tip for you. Okay. Now, if y'all remember some time back on my community post when I posted up about things about to do like if you have it and whatnot, about eating a high calorie meals and snacking in between too. I'm gonna tell you right now. Today I experienced one of those after effects. Um, Number one, if you're trying to get back into shape, do yourself a favor. Ease into it twice as slow, okay? Whatever you got to do, ease into it because your body will not have, the required stamina let me correct myself. Your body will not have, the stamina that it will have beforehand. Now, I know it's the same thing, whenever you have like the flu or like any kind of ailment that you get, like a cold or just whatever you got to wait till you're 100%. But earlier today, when I was in the middle of stretching, maybe it may have been from the fact that I may have been a little immobile, but after kind of just get myself trying to get myself slowly back in condition, I could definitely feel a little bit of the body mass that I had too, kind of just not being there. And in the middle of the runnings that I was doing, I mean I just got out of the shower just recently, but the middle of the running that I did earlier today, though, in the middle of the stretching, the stretching that I did. In my right glute, my right ass cheek, basically, nearby the hip, was the first pop I had ever gotten. I want to say before I was officially diagnosed with it, was the first pop in my hip that I'd ever had. Now, it may not sound like enough though, but the one thing that I did notice after that was I also felt a smaller pop in my hip, not near my hip bone, but just a little bit below it on the right side of my leg. Now that's just above, the upper thigh muscle. And I got to tell you right now, though, as relieving as it was, it hurt like shit. Now, anybody who is active, can tell you, like, of course, when you're immobile for long periods of time, though, you've got to, recondition yourself. You got to stretch. You got to, get yourself ready, little by little. But since coming back from COVID, I got to tell you, man, my body has not been the same. It's taken a little bit longer, to get back to where I want to be. But thankfully, I paid attention to I paid attention in eating more and trying to stay hydrated. That's also another thing too. My water intake has also changed a little bit too. Now, what's funny though is I can drink a good amount of water and then be okay and be hydrated. And either I'll dehydrate quicker or I'll dehydrate slower. There's no in between with that. Now, another thing that I also noticed today too, of course, when you saw my that video that I did, I was just doing little by little, just trying to get myself back into it as well. I started doing a little bit more lifts too, and one thing, because I'm right-handed, but here's another thing. I want to show you something. This is my left bicep right here, right? My left bicep's a little bit bigger than my right bicep. Now, if you take a look, I've got a scar right here from whenever I was a kid because I had to have one of my bicep taken out. So my triceps a little bit more, a little bit bigger. I've got a better tricep on this arm, on my right arm, but on my left arm, my bicep's a little bit bigger. One thing that I did notice, because before all that though, I've always had a little bit more strength on my left arm, but with my right arm, I've got better hand-eye coordination. Since doing that, especially after doing my push-ups too, one thing that I did notice is that my strength for both arms kind of evened out a little bit. I know that sounds weird, but maybe I haven't had the chance to really go to the doctor to get a wellness check too. So maybe that's one of the first things I'm going to be doing real soon though. But if you're active and you're recovering from COVID-19, do yourself a favor, make notes about what you were good at beforehand, and when you get back to it, start taking little notes of what's changed. Now, I'm happy to say though, I'm getting to where I need to be. I'm getting there slowly but surely though, but it's a different road. It really is. So, yeah. Another thing is, if you're gonna come back from it, don't go full force because you're gonna overexert yourself 10 times quicker. It really does take it out of you. I am not exaggerating. This is not a rip. This is a shoot. It really does take a lot out of you. I was talking to my mom earlier. She's not at 100% either. My fiance, she's starting to get, back into it as well because she's not as, not as active as I am. But I can tell you right now, the one thing I can tell you about, recovering from COVID, it really does take a lot out of you. So do yourself a favor. If you're active, take your time and do whatever you got to do. Nutrient wise too. If you take, multivitamins, if you take, your vitamin D, if you take fish oil, whatever you do, within your regimens, take that and slowly but surely start rebuilding yourself up because it's a road. Okay, it's a road to the struggle. You'll be disappointed in some areas and you'll be disappointed sometimes, but at the same time, if you keep pushing to it though, you'll be okay. All right. So don't get discouraged. I'm just telling you right now, we all feel it. Much love, peace, God bless, be good to each other, and please don't quit. Peace.